By the time you've trudged up to 2,500 metres, the rhododendrons, in their turn, have disappeared except for a few patches on sheltered slopes. In their place stand conifers, Himalayan fir and Bhutan pine. Their leaves are not broad like those of the rhododendron, which catch snow and sometimes break under the weight of it, but are long, tough needles which shed the snow and can withstand very low temperatures. Among them, if you're very lucky, you might see a little red panda, foxy brown with a furred black-ringed tail and a grizzled head, scrambling through the branches on the lookout for birds' eggs or berries, insects or mice. It moves sure-footedly over the snow-covered ground and the slippery wet branches, for the soles of its feet are covered with woolly hairs, which give it a firm grip. Another half-day of walking, and you emerge from the pine forest. As you leave it, you leave behind all the birds and the mammals that depended on the pine trees directly or indirectly for shelter and food. There is little now on the rocky hillside, except a few tussocky plants and an occasional bush of buckthorn or juniper. The river itself has shrunk. Now it is a shallow stream wandering over a waste of gravel. But the valley itself is still immense, its floor still over a kilometre wide. Nor is the river much larger at any other time of the year, for there's little rain up here to feed it, most having been shed at lower altitudes. And this is the first of the puzzles of the Kaligandaki. How could such a huge valley have been cut by such a relatively small river? Wild animals are very scarce indeed up here. It's too cold for any lizards. Nor is there enough food to sustain langur monkeys. Indeed, you may walk all day without seeing any living creature, except for a flight of choughs or ravens, and, high above, patrolling the hillsides, griffin vultures. Their presence, however, is a sure sign that other animals are here somewhere, for without them the vultures would starve. So, somewhere among the rocks there must be rodents, marmots or pikers, cautiously nibbling the grass and the cushion plants that grow here and there on the rubbly slopes. But the grazing is so poor that it can only sustain a very small number of individual animals, and these species that do manage to survive here are all scarce. Among them are tar, neither true sheep nor true goats, but slightly more related to the goat. Rarer still is the animal that preys on them, the snow leopard. One of the loveliest of cats, it has a thick, creamy coat, rosetted with grey and cushions of hair on the soles of its paws, which protect them from the rough stones and from the cold. During the winter, it retreats to the forests below, but during the summer, it may wander as high as 5,000 metres. Though there is seldom heavy rain up here, there is an almost constant wind, bitterly cold and sapping to the strength. You have now climbed to nearly 3,000 metres, and if you've come up from the lower reaches of the valley, walking every day, you will certainly be feeling the thinness of the air. It is chill in your lungs, and though your chest heaves, you may still feel robbed of breath. Your head may ache, you may even feel sick. A few days' rest and you will become acclimatized, and the worst of these symptoms will disappear. But you'll never be able to match the physical endurance of the muleteers who've come up with you and whose homes are at high altitudes. Even the mules at these heights labour under their loads. The highland villagers keep a tougher, stronger beast of burden, the yak. Once it roamed wild in vast herds across the Tibetan plateau. Now it's domesticated and carries loads and pulls ploughs. Its woolly coat is so